Been a hot minute since we checked out Fruity Art, but we're back with
aka
Pokemon Eclipse,
here,
episode
and welcome back to
33.
our
Here's the thing, Elite
Gravity
4 by
Falls
now, so I think I'm
encrypted
safe to
inspired
start
Pokemon
marathoning
region.
again.
In the previous episode,
He might not
you
finish
broke
before I
the
get
professor
catch up
out
to
of
him again,
jail,
but
and
we'll
he
be
managed to
basically
grab the last device component on his way out. You're sure he went back to the lab, so you're booking it across the town to get there.
Unfortunately, we don't have Fly yet. That is a lie, we do, but imagine we had to do all this in real time. That's how we get to the 50 episodes, folks.
Passing through the center of the town of Twin Falls, people seem to be in a complete panic. There are Cypher Squad grunts running around, no longer trying to be sneaky at all.
They gave up the game.
You have to battle quite a few just to get around, using their Wormite, Gargurge, and Passacry. Battling through them is exhausting and taking a ton of time. Looker catches up to you and ushers you onward, agreeing to battle all of these grunts in your stead.
Hey, thanks.
You see that his little Tiphus has evolved and is kicking butt.
Ooh,
Alrighty,
nice.
time for Tiphus to get a bit bigger. So,
Just a
reminder,
little bit.
this line is based on the Remidraju from northern Spain. This is just the second stage of 3, so
Of
we're
course.
not letting it get quite as long as an actual Remidraju.
Keep in mind that this, the second form it is wiping out all of the grunts. This is called power scaling, but it is Looker to be fair, so he was already kind of higher in the power level.
Some nice green moss, which has started to grow on its body, and a goofy-looking leaf on its head. Tiphus was good at aerating soil to help vegetation grow, so we're just rolling with that and getting the grass typing in here.
Nice.
And it'll be a helpful
I like the
little
leaf on
guy.
top of the
The
head, like
Remidraju
Bayleaf.
is also known for its healing properties, so having
They
it
mock Bayleaf as a
cultivate
Pokemon,
plant
but it's got a
life,
cool design to be
that
fair.
feels appropriate. The
Flower
other big
dinosaur.
change for
Kinda hard to
Tiphus
mess
is
up.
that it is now able to see once it has evolved. And I wanted an expression.
I can see clearly now the rain has
Color
gone.
palette was super.
And now I
easy.
wish I was blind
it's
looking at
still
this
basically
hand.
a long naked mole rat, just with some moss growing on it. And with that, let's say hello to Durmoss.
One of my favorite jokes to do,
the
like Ash
new
Ketchum
sight
versus
Pokemon.
Cell.
Completely
Now I can't
transfixed
see
by the
anything.
vastness of the sky, this new grass type
But it was-
has
now I
difficulty
can't see
staying focused
everything.
on its direct surroundings. Durmoss wanders aimlessly, just soaking up the sun with its new
Where's
leaf
your Tropius
and
with
soft,
that color?
mossy fur.
I like the
When
original more
threatened,
than
they
the
utilize
shiny
their
in this
big
one. The shiny's not
buck tooth
terrible, but
to help them
I like
dig
the
an
original.
escape tunnel. The ability is still Sand Spit. I mean, it's digging
If it ain't
tunnels,
broke, don't fix
and
it.
so that lets it create a sandstorm whenever it's hit by an attack, with the hidden ability being Regenerator. It's
Cool.
pretty darn adorable, but tough
But
enough
it's still
to support
laying
the rest
waste.
of Looker's team and kick butt. Your sister, Maple, and Moose run past Looker's new Pokemon and up to you. They both look pretty worried.
I can't find Frenda anywhere. First, those Cypher Squad idiots kidnapped Sandy, and now I'm worried they took Frenda also. And everyone is saying some really weird stuff about Grunkle Will. I'm worried we have made the wrong call letting him out of jail.
No, that's not jumping to
I don't
conclusions.
know,
Yeah, he's a criminal with a
what's
terrible
being
past
said,
and has a
I'm
bad
starting to
habit of
suspect
being
that maybe
against
the professor
people.
was playing
And
us
oh
this
god,
whole
what'll be
time.
done?
We know that Glee is up to no good, but instead of trying to find that little brat and stop him, the professor just abandoned us and went back to the lab.
Well, Grunkle Will now has all the parts of that device he was working on.
Exactly.
Maybe he's trying to
People
help
have been
us.
saying that maybe the professor and Glee have been secretly working together this whole time.
That would be a
Is
twist.
Glee just the distraction so that the professor can open a destructive ultra wormhole?
People were talking
I
about
doubt
how
that,
Glee
but
wanted to bring the ruler
imagine.
of all Ultra Beasts here. Do you
That
think
one's
he would
true, but they don't know
already
that.
be doing?
I don't know, Maple. It would maybe explain why he ditched us and isn't helping with all these Cypher Squad wounds.
I'm worried. We should finish getting back to the research lab.
The three
I
of
hope
you
he's there.
speed north.
Maybe we go all the way there and
In
he's
addition to the
not
Cypher
there.
Squad members, you're seeing an influx of some rarer Pokemon that are panicked and running about the region.
They're trying to get out.
I think it's about time
Ugh.
I snuck another regional form in here. So, fun fact,
That's a
but
disturbing
Sableye is already based on the cryptid, the Hopkinsville Goblin. And
Ooh.
while it has Goblin in the name, it's actually kind of an alien. So
Yeah.
we're going to take Sableye and turn it into another extraterrestrial visitor, Indrid Cold,
Good.
also known as the Smiling Man.
Hey,
Its story is pretty chill as far as alien encounters go, but basically,
I know,
in
but that
the
smile.
60s, There's a guy driving his car in West Virginia when a UFO showed up, and a guy came out and wandered over and like asked him to roll down his window, and they chatted. He's a pretty normal-looking guy, but in like a weird shiny suit, and he had this giant, ever-present smile on his face. And he like communicated telepathically.
Of course.
The interaction was tense, but Indrid Cold was mainly just curious about the man and humans in general, and eventually he just
because as we know, as an
wandered back to
alien
his ship.
sighting is
And of course,
100% accuracy
this
with
was
no
in the
problems
same
whatsoever.
area and time as Mothman sightings, the two figures have often been tied
Yeah,
together.
we were just like
often
finding
giving
things
Indrid
all
Cold
over. It was a
more of
really
an
weird time in America. We were
antagonistic
just like
role
everyone
for
just
the
finding a whole bunch of cryptids
But anyway,
and aliens
the
and
design.
stuff. It was
I don't know.
wild.
I mean, it's pretty straightforward as we just give Sableye the ice type. Now, this is partially
It was
because
truly a different
of
time
the
because
cold
nowadays
in
people would
Indrid
just be
Cold's
like, why don't
name,
you just
as
pull out
silly
your
as that
phone
is,
and like
but
take a
also
picture?
because in the Hoex region,
But the
we've kind of
pictures are always
established
blurry.
aliens with the cold void of space. There's the Frozo line that already does that.
I love my cryptids, but I'm
All
also
right,
like, yeah, that
enough
one's kind of
blabbering.
bullshit.
Let's meet Hoaxian Sableye, the darkness Pokemon.
It is truly
This
creepy with that
unsettling regional
unsettling
variant of the
smile.
already
Good.
creepy Sableye seems incapable of removing
I like the original.
the oversized grin from
I like
its
the
face.
shiny in this one
It approaches
more, but
people
that's because
and other
it's like
Pokemon
Sableye
as
design.
nonchalantly as possible.
That's why we don't
but
get
something
Mega this
always seems
Sableye.
off
Ugh.
about it. While it does
The
have a
teeth just become
mischievous
the
side,
gems
it is
instead.
particularly fond of picking on Lilurk and its evolutions. The ability is Imitator, which I think works really well for the Smiling Man.
Yeah.
This copies the stat changes of all Pokemon in battle, positive or negative. So, yeah, that's kind of fun. And the hidden ability is Magic Bounce. It's certainly a little meanie, and you know you'll have trouble if you have the Lilurk line on your team too.
Oh,
but
great.
would you?
So if you have a
pick up
Lilurk,
this
you're at a
smiling
disadvantage, kind of.
alien? After that, you see one of the rarest Pokemon in the Hoenn region. It looks like something you've
That would be
heard
a kind of
about in
interesting
Paldea,
gimmick,
but
though.
it's definitely different.
Oh boy.
We had a regional form, and now let's do a convergent form.
Interesting. Cool. We're doing
Biologically
this. Neat.
similar species, or whatever they're called.
Whatever.
Gimmighoul is pretty cool.
Would it be interesting
But
if just
we're
like they
going to
had
do
like
our
they always
own
have in
take on
Pokemon
it.
like those
I
lore
wasn't
things like
sure
Arbok,
what I was gonna
not
do
Arbok,
with this spot in
so
the
Vipers
decks.
hate
Initially,
Zangooses
when
and
I planned out the
some
Hoenn
Pokemon
region,
eat other
the concepts
Pokemon
were
like
in
that. Well, there's a
different
Pokemon that
states
just like you
of
bring this
thought
out and another
outfitness.
Pokemon just dies
And this
like
was
instantly.
one of the less developed.
But
ones.
only like one
Just had a
Pokemon can do
note
it. Like
in my
Heatmore eats
spreadsheet
Durant,
that
so
said
like
Steel
Heatmore comes
type.
out, Durant just
Maybe
dies.
a leprechaun or something.
They're
that
probably
is
incredibly
money
overpowered, but
related.
imagine.
Unfortunately, the more I brained on those vague concepts, the more I realized that Gimmighoul already did that just extremely well.
Oops.
So, allowing myself to deviate from cryptids again, we're going to bring in some more Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, that's
and
fine
this
with me.
treasure chest is a wonderful little mimic. With some slight tweaks to the overall design to introduce the tongue and teeth and
This is cool. It's
eyes.
nice and perfect.
yeah,
like
we
I
got
don't
a
want to
pretty
touch this
solid
one. This is
design.
a bad kind of
Oh,
gimmick.
And while
A
this
mimic.
convergent design is pretty darn close to Gimmighoul, we're gonna take some liberties when it evolves. Since I don't know,
Oh, it
I'm
evolves?
not really a fan
Okay.
of Goldengo's design anyway. So yeah, we'll go big when we get there. But for now, let's learn all about Mimighoul.
Look, if you like it,
the
that's
treasure
fine, but
Pokemon.
I'm not a fan of
While this
Cinnamon.
steel type appears
It's still
quite
like a
similar to
weirdo.
Gimmighoul, the two species are not related.
Remember, this is the
Gimmighoul
1000th
are suspected
Pokemon.
to be
Well, it
Ultra
goes against
Beasts, which have
expectations, I guess.
adapted
Maybe
to
that's a
our
good
dimension.
thing. Some people.
Their
It's not
body
another
is
dragon.
actually comprised of the
It
gold
ate
coins,
another
which they are able
Charizard.
to
I'll
control
take it.
individually
I'll take
or
this
as
any
an
day.
undulating tongue. These strange
Imagine the
coins
1000
can be
Pokemon
found
was
across the Hoenn
Charizard.
region,
God,
and a Mimighoul
no.
will greatly appreciate any trainer who helps it track down more. The ability is Mimicry. I mean, that fits. It's a mimic.
Yep.
And that changes its secondary typing depending on the terrain. A Mimighoul is certainly a rare sight. And even though you are in a hurry, I don't know, would you take the time to catch it? And with those, mysterious coins hidden all over the
Yeah, I
region,
love that
perhaps
the
you would
coins
finally
become a
have
tongue.
use for
That's
them.
pretty cool,
Now,
too.
traveling north, you get
It's
past
inspired.
these new
Good
Pokemon,
thinking.
and you finally rush inside the research shack and into the professor's lab. He has all of the device components reassembled into a massive glowing ring and is powering it on at some control panel.
Grunkle Will, what are you doing?
Stay back, kids. This isn't safe. I don't want you around this. I've already started the sequence.
But
Sequence.
Professor, we've heard some scary things about what you might be doing. and we just can't risk it.
Moose tackles the professor and holds him away from the control panel. Maple wanders over to a large button that would abort the whole procedure.
Why did I put a reverse switch on it?
Begins a countdown. No, you don't understand. I've been working for years to get to this point, and it's taking all the power we have to do this. The portal is finally going to work.
Explain what it does.
But what for? What are you doing?
There is just too much to explain, Maple. We don't have the time. I just need you to know that I'm doing this for family.
How can that be? You left us behind and didn't tell us anything about what's going on.
Maple, please, I need you to
This is
trust
so hard
me.
to... What do you mean it's
Maple
going to take
moves
too much
her
time?
hand
I
towards the
have a
button as
brother.
the countdown cycles through the last few seconds. With a tear in her eye, she steps away from the console and lets the sequence complete.
She trusts Will
The
more than she
portal
fears him.
bursts to life, and you are blinded by intense light.
Ah!
When your eyes adjust, you see someone standing in the opening. But we'll pick up from there.
Of
in the
course,
next
that's where they
episode.
put the
Be sure to
cliffhanger.
leave a like, comment, and subscribe.
Was anyone
if you're
really
enjoying the
surprised?
series.
No, but that doesn't mean you
There's a
can't
new
be
puzzle,
annoyed.
Of course, added to the Discord server, so check out the video
Hey,
description
that's a cool
for
new
details
Pokemon this
on how
way.
to
Things are
join
heating up
all
as
of
the
journal
evil
deciphering
team
fun
has
that we're
decided,
having there.
screw this,
A
we're
huge
just
thank
gonna
you to
invade.
Patreon
And
supporters,
Greco Stan looks
especially
even more
Angel
suspiciously
and
is doing. But if
Cyberlord.
you've seen Gravity
They
Falls,
just rock. I don't know what else can I
you
say
knew
about them. They're
that
great.
he was on the up and
All
up
right,
overall.
I will catch you in the
That
next
doesn't
one.
mean that he couldn't
Later,
turn heel. I
nerds.
mean, this is a Pokemon adaptation of it, so they could entirely do their own thing. That's well within their right. But again, inspired by Gravity Falls, so you knew where this was going. If you watched the show, of course. If you haven't watched the show, this was a twist. In which case, I hope you enjoyed the twist. But yeah, cool new Pokemon. This one's I like the cryptids and the Smiling Man is. It's one of those where it's like it is totally bullcrap. It doesn't mean it can't creep you out, you know. The whole point of the stories are they're stories, so you can be entertained by them at the very least. This is the glory of cryptids. You can decide whether they're real or not. I mean, let's be real, they're all kind of garbage. When we got satellites in space, we're just like, yeah, we didn't figure this thing out. I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of a detriment to the Earth, too. Just like, we know where everything is, so there's nothing new to discover. Well, not that extreme. We're discovering new stuff all the time, but still, you know what I'm trying to say. I don't know. Either way, cool new Pokemon this one. I think the Sableye wins this one, just out of the sheer creepiness of how he managed to turn the Sableye. He didn't change much about the Sableye design, he just gave it a giant smile, but that was enough to make it creepy as heck. Just like that constant smiling face. No thank you. And, yeah. Now Greco Stan's family has come back from the Ultra Wormhole. But I wonder if he's on the up and up or the down and down. It sounds better in my head. I should start trying to do these things. The point is, let's see more what happens in the next episode. So thank you for watching. Cool new Pokemon. Great work to Fruity Art. Always brought the good stuff with him. And I did like how the team always had their things just like, but is he trustworthy? They weren't just like blindly following him. They did like not trust him, prove that they're not just blind idiots, you know? They have brains. Not big ones, but they have brains. So yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time. Later.